Hey everyone, day 11 of Conscious Love. And this is Dr. Lisa coming to you from my home office. And I was thinking about what I would talk about in terms of this day's subject. And I know I said we're moving from the body to the mind, but you know what? Sometimes it's so interwoven that it's really hard to dissect, and I'm really somebody who doesn't like to totally dissect things, but I do understand people understand them as different things. But the reality is, if we were to look at something like movement, let's just say that somebody couldn't move their body. I, as a physical therapist, see them moving up to a certain angle of their arm or whatnot. I can just approach that from a very physical thing. But if I was thinking of consciousness and the person's awareness of it, there's oftentimes people will go through life thinking that that's as high as their arm can go. And then I touch something or I tap into their energy or their motivation. I've set up a situation where their posture's in a different position. I angle the joints. I play with the physics around them and the energy within them, and all of a sudden, without even changing their physical form, they're moving their arm higher. And now I've completely blown their level of consciousness in terms of what their limitations and boundaries are. And I'm kind of bringing this story in as part of this Conscious Love series because it goes to show you how our ignorance, our level of ignorance, and our desire to become more aware is an act of love, is an act of consciously realizing that there's a boundary there that we no longer want to play nice within one side of, that we would like to tap into and move at least up to, if not even beyond. And I see so many people, where they have created some, not just glass ceilings, glass boxes, where they're constantly 360-degree view of the world around them. And yet, instead of embracing and when they see that barrier, when they see that glass is there and they realize that level of ignorance, right? Have you ever been where you've walked anywhere and you're not watching, or the glass is so clear, or seen anybody who's just a little bit distracted and they're not quite realizing it, or a bird goes into the glass, right? There's this illusion, like I can go forward. And you want to, and you keep looking at what's forward, and you kind of know what you would, how to be over there, but you just don't know how to get through, right? There's a level of ignorance there sometimes where obviously there's a very simple solution. Break the damn glass. Break the damn glass. Or find yourself a door. Or if you don't want to do it, find somebody else, a way to communicate to somebody else to break that glass for you, right? So, but we don't do that. We don't do that. Sometimes in our mindset, we see the glass, we might not see the glass for a while. We're living happily in that ignorance, right? Ignorance is bliss. Let's say in terms of our relationship, or we're getting a paycheck for this job, and we're like, well, I still need a car, so you buy a car, and I still want to buy a house, and you buy a house, and 2 years goes down the road, and you're like, okay, I got the house, I got the car, I got the kid, and whatever, and you're just like, I thought one day I was going to wake up and be totally filled, like there's not a reason anymore except for the fact, do I want to do this or not? And you say no, right? And some people will see that as an opportunity to say, I need to push. I need to get to the other side. And some people will see that as a boundary from which they're doomed. And they will never have, the ability to go to the other side. Or they get fear. They let fear, or they let, get intimidated by the effort that they perceive they need to do. And that's where, being humble enough, putting the ego down enough, being smart enough to seek out a guide, right? To realize that running away is not protecting yourself. That's not love of yourself, running away or pretending that you're happy when you know deep inside you're not, right? Last time we talked about truth. This time we're talking about, right, the illusion of moving on and the ability to move on once you see that barrier, that desire to move through it, find that coach, allow someone else to see that vulnerable place so that they can assist you in moving past it. How that's a form of love. Being aware, wanting to be aware, instead of stick my head in the ground, numb it up with alcohol and drugs, or obsession with something else. Because I see that too. Why is a physical therapist talking about that? Because I'm a lifestylist, really. I happen to have those skills of the body. I'm an amazing lifestylist. I can tell you how to get through those barriers in your life to get to the gym and get to the thing. But I can also advise you once you're there how to get the most out of it. Because without this container of the body being healthy, you're not going to be able to do much with that wonderful mind that you've worked on, right? With that mindset, or with that career that you've built, or with those relationships you so want, because you'll not be comfortable in your skin, in your body. So, it in many ways, moving to that boundary and choosing when you see the wall, the glass wall, and we're ignorant and you bumped into it and then you see it, figure out a way to go through, because that is a form of conscious love. So tell me what you think. Put a comment below and we'll move on tomorrow.